Hello, good afternoon everyone. It's Michelle Pepper here, the face behind Stamp with Michelle Pepper. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Auckland in New Zealand, and you are watching me live here at 1:30 New Zealand time. And for my weekly class to go, and this week we are playing with this product called Grateful Blessing. So I'm gonna flip you around so we can get started. Oopsie. And then and then I can do all the talking. Hey, that will be cool, I think. Right, we got here. So sorry about the glare. I can't fix that at the moment. Here we go. Grateful Blessing. So lovely little stamp set, and with some sayings and some pictures as well. So let me just show you how it works as well. Now it also says here it's a two-step. Okay, so that's because of these. So I'll show you how it works. This is not the project that we're doing today, but I thought I'll just just kind of show you while we talk about it. And yeah, I'm just gonna press all these things down. I'm gonna have like this little stamp set here. I'm just going to use the black ink, like real black, and then we're just going to go something like that, and I'm just inking it up, and then I am going to press it down really well, like that. Okay, and there you go. We've got a lovely, lovely image. Can you see? And it's just pretty on its own like that. Oh, let me see if I can see what's happening here. I don't know if I can do that. Oopsie. Yeah, I don't think it comes through. Anyway, so right, I'm gonna close this before I find myself in trouble with that. And then, so the stamp here, which is this is where you can just stamp on like that, okay, and that will color it. So let's see how I do. Now it's a bit of a creative license, right? Because a bit of creative expression, if you like. Oh, this is quite stiff. Okay, I can't close it for some reason. I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, go do like that. Okay, just press that one, see how well it goes. Yep, it's good. Right, maybe I'll do it like that. And so you just kind of play around and see which angle you work best. And you basically kind of go over it and stamp. And hopefully, and if it's out a little bit, it should be fine. Oh, what do you think? It's pretty good. There you go. There you have it. You've got a little image just like that. And then that one, yeah, that doesn't have any. So I guess if I wanted to color, I have an option to either, let's see, I can either do with my marker pens, or I can do it with my, oh, that's the wrong color. I want the apple green. Yeah, same color, right? So this is the dark granny apple green. This is the marker. So this is the alcohol marker, and this is the Stamp Right marker, which is water-based. So you've got options, and if you wanted to, you could also use color pencils, where are my color pencils? Let's have a look. What I have a granny apple green here, so you could even use color pencils. So lots of choices. Granny apple green. Like, why don't I do that? I'll just use color pencils to show you how easy it is, right? And there you go. So we've got that. Put those away. And then if I wanted to, I can use that. You could do that. And I'll just stamp it in. Yeah, just stamp it in the black. See how we go. And I'm using. So just want to show you how quickly you can make a little card, right? Or a little tag, as the case may be. Oh, this is on the other side. You can tell, I don't know if you can tell, but this is the cut edge, and it's kind of raised a little bit, whereas that is the flatter end. So I'll do it again. Okay, let's see. And actually this time I'll do it more this way. Okay, right, and I've got that, and so I could do that, and then I'm just using this as a guide so I get the same angle. Yes, I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing, but yeah. So now I know they are the same angle. And then I can press that over there, put that over here. Oh, I do need to close this because I really do not want to get inky finger. Oh, there's some flying insect. And I could just put that on here with dimensionals, right? And there you have it. We have a little tag. Oopsie. Ah, it's not working. I'm just trying to get the backing of this. Right, and then there you have it. Maybe about there. Looks about right. And if I wanted to, see, everything is matchy-matchy, coordinating. That's the great thing about Stampin' Up products, right? You get lots of coordination. Yep, so we've got, that is bubble bath. So this color was bubble bath. And if I wanted to, I could, oh, no, I've lost the sticky bit. Lost the sticky bit down here. Okay. Here we go. Maybe there. And yeah. Cool. How's that for a quick, very quick tag? I'm grateful for you. And then I could punch a hole there, and that could be a tag, or that could be the focal point of a very basic card. So there you go. Just so easy to use, right? All right, so let's get on to our project today. So if you are new, Class to Go. Class to Go is what I do weekly. I pick a product and then we make 2 projects out of that. So my first project to show you today is in that color. So I've got Blueberry Bliss. So we've got a kind of like a little, it's just a standard card, except I cut it off here. And yeah, and then just have the part of the inside of the card showing. And so you've got that little bit of space for writing a message. And if you need to write more, I guess you could have another white layer on the side. But yeah, so I just thought that's kind of like a little bit different to just a normal open and shut card, right? So we've got this. So the kits are like this. All right, so you are obviously watching this, and the classes are free. Tutorial, the videos are free, so you're welcome to to come back and watch the replay. In fact, you might be watching the replay. So thanks for tuning in. It's really cool. But you can also get these kits for free, just as a way of thanking you. My way of thanking you, my personal way of thanking you, by giving you free card kits for placing an order with me. So yeah, so this week, so every week it changes what I give you, because it depends on the class that I do on the Wednesday. And so this class is your free kit for spending $50 or more with me this week, right up till end of Tuesday next week. So if we're 13th today, 20th, so 19th, right? Okay, so in here you get Blueberry card base, all right? So already cut to size, and then you've got a little piece that goes on here, and then you've got the bigger basic white piece that goes on the inside of it. And then you've got 2 extra pieces to just cut out, to stamp and cut out the images. All right, so this part here, why don't we do this part here? I just thought I always try to, you know, add in some sort of technique that's not too expensive, not too hard to get to do. So you need a block of some sort. Well, there are lots of different ways to get this kind of look, right? You can use a brush and just kind of paint over it, or you can use what I'm going to show you here today. I'm going to use the block as my smoosher. I don't know what you want to call it. Just call it smoosher. Here. So what have we got here? We've got you could different ways depending on what you have. You've got the ink refill, or you've got the Stampin' Right marker, or you have the ink pad, right? So depending on what you have, all you need to do is get some ink on here. Now, I also brought my handy dandy paper towel, just because I'll need it, and a spray bottle of some sort. If you don't have spray bottle, maybe a water brush. We used to sell these. These are like aqua painters. So it's like a vial here that you open, and you fill up with water, right? Okay, and then, okay, I've got to do this the other way because this is how we normally close it. Okay, and then you've got the brush and you can just tip water out, squeeze the water out here, I mean. So, yeah, just whatever that works. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. I think this ink, this is like, yeah, my pen is actually running out of ink. Woo! Okay, so I'm going to have to replace that at some point. The only problem with the Stampin' Right markers is that we don't sell them individually anymore. So they come in the color families, which means I can't just get one pen. I have to get the whole 10 pens of the different colors in the family. And yeah, so that might be a while. I might just have to contend with using ink refill or ink pads. Ink pads, if you were using ink pads, just dab some on here. And then obviously refill, you just dab some. So I don't really want a very heavy color, as you can see. I just want a very light one. So I'm just going to spray some water on it. All right, and just kind of swivel it around. You know what? I might even use, okay, I might just use that as well. Use a brush as well. Okay, that's pretty light. Let's see how this works. I'm gonna go and okay, ready to do some smooshing. All right, I'm just gonna go. See? Okay, so this is pretty light, and if I wanted to add some more color, I can certainly do so. See how I'm just using, because this is wet now. It's my acrylic block. So by the way, this is an E block. So we sell E blocks as well. We sell blocks to mount our stamp on. Do you see how dark that is? I probably don't want that, but let's see. You know what? I don't want to get that wet. I'm just gonna. Whoa, that is so dark. Yep, so you just kind of, yeah, I don't want it so dark, so I just want it a bit of color. All right. Okay, I'm just using that. So basically you do that until you get the right shade of colors that you want. So obviously this is going to be wet, wet, wet. So you want to wait for it to dry, or you can use our heat tool, and just use that to dry it. So if you are in a hurry, you could do that. Now I'm going to leave this to dry because I have pre-done one, and this, as you can see, it's quite dark. And then that is not as dark, but it's got all these like really interesting effect. So I am yet, and you can see there's a little bit of kind of like pinky on there because it's just what's in the ink, right? It's just when it separates, and yeah, it's quite cool. That's how you can get different shades as well. I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see a little bit of that pinky thing happening. So I'm just going to leave this to dry somewhere and then come back to deal with it later. So I've pre-done that. Right, now this is all wet. Woo. Just make sure it's all good. All right, so then I will have that going on here. So I could have that kind of look, or I can decide. Right there, I think I like it that way. Right, I could do it that way, or I could have a darker. What do you guys think? So the beauty of it is that no two cards are going to look the same. So isn't that great? So you guys might all be doing the same thing, but you will have different looking card. All right, so let's just go with that. And let's do some more stamping. And I'm doing everything in black. So move that aside. I will need this again for our second project. You're such a blessing. I'm just going to put that on here. That's cool. It's quite light. All right, let's do You're Such a Blessing. Right, I'm just going to just give it a moment to absorb the ink. Right, so we've got that, and we've got there. Just going to put it on there like that. Okay, and then, oh, my other, so I have pulled in a stamp that is not in here, obviously. What did I do with it? Oh, yeah. I got it out of Storybook Garden Patch, which is actually under Last Chance List. Okay, so if you haven't got this, and if you're a keen gardener, or if you do, if you do market stuff, I guess, or you know someone who does, they might be interested in something like this. And so, yeah, this is on the Last Chance List. So products that are retiring, that they get transferred to categorized as Last Chance, and we Stampin' Up updated the Last Chance list last week, and this is one of them. Yeah, so that is not $49. That's what it was retailing at. I can't remember how much it is now, but anyway, I'm going to stamp this on here like that. Okay, just go like that. Cool. And then we also need our flower. Our thingy. Ooh, don't think that's going to work. Okay, I'm going to have to use the other one. So we're going to do that one more time. Which, yeah, I showed it to you before, but here we go. I wonder if I can do it that way, because I might be able to do two. Always about, conserving paper. Waste not, one not, right? We only need one, but I'm just going to stamp twice, because, I've got this whole sheet of paper to use up. Okay, right, now I'm going to put this away. So all the stamping's done, I think, for now. We've got that, and we've got that. Yep. Just thinking that I should clean up my stamp a little bit, because I will be needing this. Okay, I'm just going to put that away for now. Actually, I might just spray some water on my... Okay. All right, so what we need to do then now is color these, and I am just going to color it. Ooh, do I want to color it with, yeah, I'll just go for that color, because that's a cool color. We've got dark Cajun Craze, just a really terracotta color. Oh, okay, I don't know if you notice, that is a single pot, and there's like a few pots stacked together, I believe. I don't think that's just one pot. So I'll show you what I've done. Okay, I am going to color them. So I will color the top one. And yeah, I'm not doing, you know, intense coloring, so this is not meant to be a coloring class. But if you are really good at coloring, obviously you will do the best color that you do. I am just going to color within the lines. Elementary coloring, or try to. Wouldn't be funny if I don't do that when I'm on live. Okay. That's it. Okay, it's just with the little strokes that we do, we kind of like have some sort of shading happening anyway. Yeah? Okay. That's cool. So that's just the dark Cajun craze. And then this is a little bit tricky here. I am going to get, oh, wait, some furniture moving. Let me find my, my piercing mat, the one with lots of holes, the foam mat. So one way to do this is to kind of poke a hole and a few holes, just so that you can then stick your paper snip through. Okay, so I've just done it that way. That's how I've done it. Right, and then we also want to cut this out. Yep, I'm not even going to use my dies. I'm just going to fussy cut it because it's simple enough, this one. Yep. Okay, let's do this. Right, so okay, so I've got these, put that away, and then now I'm just going to cut around this. Right, I'm just thinking, wait, just let me think. Let me think what I'm doing. I'm just going to cut this first, because I might actually have to have that on there. I know, it seems like a lot of work, but hey, we're crafting. We're just having fun, and yep, anything worth doing is worth doing it slow. Alright, yeah, I think I need that, because I need to have, I need some space to, right, I just need that stuck on there. How did I do it? Is that a... yeah. It's kind of interesting. Okay. So little. Ooh, what do we call it? Okay, here we go. I just need to have a little I know, it's crazy. Let me just very, very, very small amount. Okay, but I still want that to have a hole. So I'm going to leave that to dry. I don't know why that is there. Is that glue? No. Okay, so this is going to leave it like that. If I wanted it to be a little bit tidier, I can make it closer to the edge. Okay, but I'm quite happy with that. And then this, we are now going to color it. Now, I suppose I could do that. I could do the, when I did the sample, I actually colored it with the ink. But maybe we could do that. Yeah. I've showed you. That's why I wanted to show you the sample, because I thought I wasn't going to do it with this. But actually, you know what? Oh, I've got two here. I've got two, so I'm going to try. And if one fails, then we'll color the other one. How's that? Okay. Just testing it. Ooh. Okay. So, oh, you know what? I can't see. It's so dark that I can't really see. Okay, go for gold. Yeah, so it's kind of a little bit out. I think we will try the other one. What do you think? Yeah. So I'm going to use this. So we want blueberry bushel. Yep. So I'm just going to color this. All right. Righty-o. What do you think? So, so cute, isn't it? Who likes coloring? Do you guys like coloring? It's pretty fun. So apparently these are bluebell flowers. So, and they come in blue color, obviously, purpley, bluey, and then they also come in white and pinks and perhaps some, I'm not sure, like light purple, like lackey things. So just move around to where you feel most comfortable. Okay, last one, pretty good. Oh, yep, and then we need to hand cut this as well. Okay. Alright, and then this time I will use my green. Oopsie. It does so well with the flowers, and then now I've got a little green mark there. Oh well. Okay. It is what it is. Alright, then we're going to, you can see the difference. That was, it's still cool. I can still use that, but maybe not for this one where I am cutting it out. Alright. Okay. So it depends on how well you want to cut it. Like that one is pretty precise. But this one actually, I think I might just leave it a little bit. So you see, you can tell the difference. And then you can decide which one you want to do when you have the kit. Or if you don't need the kit, if you already have the stamp set, feel free to, yeah, just make a quick card. When I say quick, obviously that doesn't involve cutting. Perhaps you have something similar. If you don't have this particular stamp set, but maybe you have something similar. And you could make a card using that, and that would be really fun to see. The same design but in different stamps here, and maybe in different theme as well. Like, it doesn't have to be flower, does it? It can be anything really. But it's nice to send a card like this to someone, eh? You're such a blessing. You know, I guess it's like, it's that element of the unexpectedness and the surprise, because I guess if it's your birthday, you probably, you know, hope, if not expect a birthday card from someone at least. I know these days, you know, people just send messages, email, or actually not even email anymore, is it? WhatsApp, text, Messenger, if you're on Facebook. But it is really nice to actually have a handmade card, a card anyway, even if it's not handmade. When a card gets sent to you, it's just kind of special. And yeah, I guess you kind of do wish or hope that you would get at least a card for your birthday, on your birthday, or for your birthday. If you're my friend, sometimes I'm very late. So yeah, it might not be on your birthday, but it will be for your birthday. And now I'm just going to stick that in like that and paste that on here. See how quickly, how cool is that? So let me just move these out of the way. And yeah, we can do some gluing now. Okay, let's glue that. I'm not writing anything or stamping anything on here. Just want to glue it down. All about. But yeah, so as I was saying, it's nice to send a card that is not for any particular reason. Mind you, you can also use this easily as a birthday card. Just because it doesn't say happy birthday on the outside doesn't mean it can't be a birthday card. In fact, it's so cool to be able to send a card like that. And then on the inside, because you know, when you write a birthday card, you tend to write happy birthday anyway. Dear so-and-so, and then you write happy birthday. So it kind of seems a little bit redundant to have the outside of the card to say happy birthday as well. But, you know, that is how we do things, and that's okay. But I'm just saying that you don't actually have to do that. And if you're doing it this way, if you were just crafting and you're not thinking about anybody in particular, you just know that there are people that in your life that would really appreciate cards like that, a handmade card. So I'm doing that because, remember, that was painted. Where's my other one? So the wetness have warped to paper a little bit, right? So so when I adhered it, I wanted it to make sure that it's actually adhered well. That's why I was using this so much. See, so now it's nice and flat, nothing coming up. So that's cool. I like that look. And then this now will just have to be. See, is that going to bother you? That little mark there? I think it does. Right, it's bothering me. So I am just going to just do that. This is fussy, isn't it? It's just being fussy a little bit. Just a little bit fussy. Okay, that's better. I think I like that better. Okay, slip that in. So it looks like it's actually coming out of that. And then I'm going to use some adhesive sheet. Now I've got all these left offcuts from other projects. Oops. Just going to use my other scissors. Alright, so I'm going to put that on here. Okay, because I don't want it being pulled out. There's another project that we did that we wanted you to be able to pull the item out, so then that one you don't do this, right? You just let it slip in. Let's have a look. Something like that, and then another little piece, something like that, going here. All right, actually would have that little piece as well. Gets a little bit fiddly. Oops. Okay, all good. Oh, and then we have these little long bits. So the cool thing about these foam adhesive sheets is that it just comes in a square piece or rectangle piece, and then you can cut it to size. So they are really good for like alphabet dies or really thin things, images that you are die cutting, and then it becomes quite hard to put, you know, what do you call this, adhesive, and so you die cut it with the adhesive. Okay, I'm just going to put that there. That's just a spare one. All right, so all this is going to go. Going to be peel off. It's a bit delicate here. Oopsie. Just going to do that here, so I'm not. All right. I'm just going to put that on here. There you go. That is our card. Now, let me see if I can get that sample. Oh, yeah. So this was what I mean by, there's another card that we've made. I've made this. This is a Jackie Williams design. But I was able to work out how to do this. And so this is where you want to pull it out, and it goes bloom where you're planted. Isn't that cool? So it goes all the way up there, and then it goes all the way back down. So in this case, that one you don't want to, you know, how we glued it right in. We don't want to do that for a card like this, but this is such a cute card. So lovely. I love it. And but that's it. Yeah, storybook garden patch. That's, yeah, we use the carrot out of that, the pot out of that. So yeah. Oh, and the cabbage and the trowel, not spade, trowel. All right. So that was card number 1. No two cards going to look the same because of the way you do the background, the backwash. But yeah, so what do you think? Do you like that? That is card number 1. So I don't even need to put any embellishment. I don't think you need to. But yeah, if you want to, you're most welcome to do that. All right. So card number 2. Now we are moving away from the blues. Well, actually, this card, the inspiration is actually from Global Design Project. It's a challenge group, and so each week has different challenge, and this week the challenge is a color challenge, and it says to use these 3 colors. Darling Duckling, which is an in color, so you can get these the 2025 to 2027 in color promotion in August. So actually select products in those colors have 15% off until the end of August. So that's definitely one of them, and that's definitely on discount. Then we've got Poppy Parade and Pool Party. So to use all these 3 colors in a card. So, and this is the stamp set that we are using. So how are we going to incorporate all that? here we go. That is card number 2. And maybe it's not what you expected. It's actually very white. Alright, so we've got that. Let me just pull that up. Yeah, now you can see. So we've got the Poppy Parade, Pool Party, and then the Darling Duckling. And then that is also a wash with the Poppy Parade. Okay, so card number 2, we're going to use that. So you can see I pulled in a few other products because I can. We've got the perennial postage dies, so that's to get that pool party element. And then we use the Spotlight on Nature dies, which is a series of circle dies to get that. Okay, and then we also, this is a sneak peek. This is Pattern Tags dies, and this is coming out in September in the mini catalog. September to December, so very Christmassy, but there's a plain one which I can use whenever, and that is called the Pattern Tags die, that to get that die, right? So that element. So as the demo, we can pre-order now in August for products that are coming out in September. So it's one of the perks of being a demo, and so if you're interested in that, let me know. Just a note, you don't have to demonstrate and do videos like I am. Yeah, because I had someone saying, I don't want to do videos, and it's like, I know. I was like, you don't need to. Okay, so there's no obligation to do any videos or any selling, but what it is that when you buy the starter kit and you become part of Stampin' Up and part of my team, and that just means that you get your Stampin' Up products at 20% discount until you are no longer a demonstrator. And so to remain a demonstrator, you just have to make a minimum sale or order. I can't remember exactly how much. It might, it's 300 CSV, so that's the US dollar, so whatever the exchange is. Yeah, it's 300 CSV, and so I can explain that a bit more, but that's not the place now in the video. But just to let you know that as demonstrators, we get to choose it, and we get to buy things beforehand. And I also brought in the sunflower. You can see how big it is. Okay, so that would be 2 card size. Okay, 2 card front size. Okay, so use that as an element for that. So let's have a look. We have, let me get all these things out. The envelope, always a bonus. Love the envelope, the Stampin' Up envelope. So we've got Pool Party element that we're going to stamp on. That I've already embossed it for you. Oh, it's so pretty, isn't it? That's the sunflower. And if you wanted to, you can actually make it a little bit darker by shading on it too, but I'm just going to leave it plain. And then we've got this perennial postage, those two from the perennial postage dies, and I've left it white because we're going to do this smooshing again to get the color. We've got the tag that we're going to stamp on, and then we've got the card base. So let me move that aside. Oh, we've got some gems as well. Okay, some pretty gems. Go put that on the side for now because we need to work on this. And so same thing, get our block, and we're going to do Poppy Parade. So we're going to use the Poppy Parade color, and you can just have fun. I like how I just draw a heart, another heart. It's just to get some ink on there. And then you want to do, you can either spray or you can drop some water in, as we did before. We sprayed before. Now we can just kind of smoosh some color. Okay, I'm just going to clean that off. Okay. And then we're just going to drop the color on. Smooshed it on. So just let it dry. I mean, you can see how that one is drying up now. Okay. But yeah, so I obviously was a little bit lighter on these ones, but you can get darker and darker. Where is it? If you wanted to. Okay, we can do a bit more if we really want to. Okay, and maybe I'll spray this time and see what it looks like. Even use my finger. That's why I have my paper towel. And where do I want this? Okay, so I could just like leave it running like this. Okay, and then I'm just gonna let it dry. And that's how smooshing works. One way of doing it, okay? I'm just gonna let this dry now, like before, or you can use the heat tool to dry it, because I have pre-done a sample here. Where you can see a little bit of blue dot there, that's from me spraying, but that's gonna be covered, so that's fine. So I'm gonna have that. All right, and then it's a matter of putting these together. So we do need to stamp. Let's stamp this one in Poppy Parade. Now, what did I do with it? Ink pad over here. Poppy Parade, and we are doing You Are Loved. Again, you know, it's one of those cards that you sent for no particular reason, or it can be for birthday as well. Just so versatile. You are loved. Okay, and then we also need that. I'm just going to make sure that this is not really clean. Let me clean it. Is it clean enough? I want it really clean. Okay, because I'm going to do blue. So I'm going to do tone on tone. Ooh, let's put this away. Need this. Okay, and pool party. Right, just gonna glue that on, and that's gonna go on like that. I call this blue, but my friends call them green. So, what do you think? Is it blue or is it green? Okay, where am I? I'm putting that on there. So, and there you have it. We've got everything. Oh, that's right. I wanted to do some flicks on these. Let me just put that aside. And just use the marker pen and just kind of, yeah. Can you see? Yeah. Now it looks a little bit too much, maybe. Oh well, that's cool. Just have like little starburst kind of thing. Okay, now let's put them all together. Now I have shown you this card sample is in white. Now you can do, I don't know, do you think that's too much? I felt like I didn't do it this way because I kind of felt like, whoa, that's a little bit red. For me, what do you think? Do you guys prefer that? Do you prefer that color scheme? Because we can do that if we, just so you can have a look at the difference. I really like the plain white, but here, I'm just putting it on here now. You can screenshot it if you want, but you can see what it looks like with the red as well, if you really want to have that. I don't know, that seems a very primary color, and I think my disposition is to go with white, so I will go with white. Just say she's like, oh, so indecisive. I would love to know though what you prefer. Like, so if you would leave a comment and let me know if you would have preferred the darker base as opposed to the white base, that's good for me to know. just putting that there. And again, because it was wet and it's a bit warped, so I'm going to have to use that again to try and, oh, no, I've got too much, I've got glue coming out of there. What is this? Okay, it's alright, just going to grab that off. I didn't think I put too much glue, but maybe I did. Okay, and then that's just going to go on here and here. Ooh, which one do I want? Do I want that? Yeah, I think I want that sunflower. So you've got a bit of a choice to make here. Right. And because I want more on the top showing, and I want that over here. Is that how I want it? Maybe this one I have it a little bit more, a little bit higher up with this one. So yeah, you can see lots of variations. Alright, so happy with my placement. So I'm just going to put glue on here. Okay. Okay, that's good. And then that part is going to be, that part will need to be, okay, maybe that much. So we've got a part here that will need to be lifted up. Oopsie. Okay. So that's there, and then that's there, and that part will just need to be lifted up there. Alright, we are almost done with this card. Here we go. Oh, what do you guys think? Did I get away with these? Okay, so let's glue this. Maybe a bit down here, maybe a dot. Don't need a lot. Okay. So, very, very rustic. So I'm going to do like intersecting. Okay, so I'm just going to have that. And then that is going to go on there with a little piece of glue dot. Whoa, there's a lot of thing. So the best way to do this is actually like that. Pick it up, put it down, and you just kind of work this way so that it goes where you want it to go. Alright. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then we need our gems. So we've got a few gems here. I don't know. Did I put it on here? I put it somewhere here. Somewhere here. And then somewhere up here. And there you have it. We have our second card. Just done. Just done. What do you guys think? I love it, and I am happy with the color combo, the card that I've come up with to participate in the challenge. So you're most welcome to. Please do, in fact. That would be so cool if you do. But there you go. Here is our second card. All right. So we've got that. And then the first card is that. So that is our design, my design here today for the Grateful Blessing stamp set, and also had this little bonus tag thing to show you before as well, and that was done in Bubble Bath. But there's so much you can do with this little the stamp set, and so I do encourage you to get this. So when you place an order with me, you do not have to get this product, okay, or anything that I show today. You just have to place a product, an order, and then I'll be sending you these card kit. So I'll send you these 2 card kits. Yeah, so I sell my cards now for $6 a card, and so yeah, so you're talking about $12 worth of cards here. All right, so that's to say thank you for placing an order with me for $50 or more. All right, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a good week, and I will be back next week to share with you more projects, and I love doing these. I hope you guys like watching it too. It's just it's enjoyable for me, but also I love sharing, and I love talking to you guys and giving you ideas. So yeah, it would be really lovely if you choose to send me feedback, comment on the videos, or either on YouTube or on Facebook, my Facebook page. I would love that. And I, yeah, just really appreciate you guys. All right, thank you. I'll see you next week. Bye.